Welcome to the MegaMan Show.
The show.
Welcome to the MegaMan Show.
Let's go.
Making a place, beyond space, where nobody ever been before. Welcome to the MegaMan Show.
The show.
Welcome to the MegaMan Show.
Let's go.
Off to a place, beyond
Alright,
space.
here we go. My favorite Mega Man game ever made. Someone pointed out to me that the trees in this stage look like Twix bars, and I can never unsee it. There we go, hardest part of the stage is over. Yeah, Inti does good stuff. Gonna pick up a bolt here. Safety bolt. So that I have enough money to buy an E-tank by the time we get to Wily's castle. And yeah, like, I think one of the best Mega Man soundtracks, I would say. Like, definitely like a top 5, I would say. There we go. Very fun boss fight, Concrete Man. Probably my second favorite in the game, right after Plug Man. Also one of my favorite Mega Man weapons ever. And then we go to MegaMan. Because not only is the concrete shot really strong, it's also great for, like, movement tech. Ah, I just barely missed it. There we go, one cycle dragon, very good. Oh, I tried getting Mr. Perfect on this once, and I got pretty darn close. But man, that final Wily fight just, ugh, it's so hard not to take damage there. Hey, what's up, Blaze? There we go. Yep. Just enough concrete to carry you through the whole stage. There we go. That's alright, Blaze. I know you are very busy. Thank you very much for the good fight. Next is Galaxy Man, I believe. It's been a little bit since I played 9, but the muscle memory is coming back to me. Damage boost across the spikes. It's a tough game, but, you know, of course, if you ever need any skip tips, I'm always available. I love these little devil enemies, they're so cute. Yeah, and Mega Man is just one of those things where knowledge is power, really. Boing, boing, boing. Let's see if I can get this skip. There we go. Always fun when you can get that. I'm gonna go let my dog in real quick. I'll be back momentarily. And the dog is in. Let's move on to... Is it Hornet Man next? Yeah, it's Hornet Man next. Oops. No. Oops. Boing. This is one of my favorite songs in the game. Probably second favorite right after Jewel Man, I would say. I never got what these were supposed to be. Like, are they sentient garden hoses or something? Now, ideally, you want this thing to spawn, like, immediately to your left or right. Like that. So you can get the quick kill. we go. Yes! I always love it when I can get that to work. You hit them with the concrete right as you're about to touch them. And because of the way the collision works, as long as the concrete is like in mid-air, you can walk right through it. There we go. Yeah, the archipelago would have been fun, but I just couldn't figure out how the dang thing worked. But yeah, Jewel Man is next. And this is my favorite song in the game. Also one of my favorite mechanics in any Mega Man game, these swing things. Such a simple idea, but very fun. And here comes the meatball. Dies in about 2 seconds. Ooh, just barely missed me. There we go. Ah, just barely didn't jump over me. And next we go, well, either you could go to Plug or Splash here. Either way. I'm inked! Need a flood to come here and clean me off. It's such a mean spike fall drop. Here's a fun little speedrun thing. If you use the Rush Jet, and jump on these small bubbles just as they're about to clear the top of the screen. You can just barely get up there. Oh, I might have summoned that a little too early. No, there we go. Let's see. Huh! Just barely grab the ladder. Okay. And then the last part. Perfect. Little fun fact, you see the Dr. L logo before the bosses. In the Japanese version, that's Dr. R. Just a fun little thing that they had to change the graphics for completely because of, you know, the difference in how his name is spelled. Welcome to the stream, Ivan Calment. Next is Plugman. Just barely made the cycle. There we go. Careful. There we go. Let's not get blocked by the blocks. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. Those blocks are on a global timer there. So if you play the stage perfectly every time, then they appear exactly when you need them to. There we go. There's gotta be an @Plugman on Twitter, right? Hey, Johnny Go, what's up? You know, it's funny you should say that, because at the end of the game, when you see all the bosses and their little vignettes, Plugman is going shopping with Rush. And his shopping bag has Capcom written on it, so he's literally plugging Capcom. Let's see if I can get this. Sort of. Careful. Perfect. Just enough rush jet to get you through the whole stage. There we go. There goes Tornado Man, who's definitely not Harpooya from Mega Man Zero. Here we're going to buy our one and only safety E-Tank. Just in case the Wily fight goes horribly. Yeah, exactly. Splash Woman being Leviathan. There isn't really an analog to oh, what's his name? Fenrir? Don't hit me, bullet. Okay. There we go. That jump always scares me every time. I always thought these things looked like Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street? That's not Muppets, right? Yeah, that's Sesame Street. These rooms here with the sideways magma beams took me forever to figure out the first time I played the game. Because I had no idea you could freeze them with the concrete shot. And so I'm pretty sure I ended up doing like a version of what I just did there. Trying to bounce up there with the rush coil. Which is a lot harder. Now, I'm actually going to use the turbo function of the Legacy Collection so that I don't give myself carpal tunnel trying to fight these things. I know that would... I'm pretty sure that would invalidate a real, like, speedrun attempt. But we're not submitting to to speedruns.com, so I think we're good. Yeah, get your tendons ready. This is another such a good song. A song that, weirdly enough, actually sounds different between the original Wii and Xbox 360 releases. Something to do with the fact that the Xbox version had to do streamed music, whereas the Wii could do sequenced music. This time you want to get right on the edge there. Yes! He appeared in just the spot I needed him to. Beautiful. There we go. And here comes the part that pretty much gets everybody. Get right on the edge. There you go. As long as you tiptoe like that, oop. As long as you tiptoe like that, you'll get it every time. Whoops. Perfect. Take damage boost from that, go past. And rush jet over this guy. Now, fun fact. If you fire a Hornet Chaser in this room, there's a secret health hidden inside the Wily logo. Yeah, very useful for this boss. There you go. I don't know, I think it's kind of a neat boss. It's just the fact that it comes at the very, very end of a already really, really difficult stage. I used to not like this song a whole lot, but it's grown on me a lot. It's such a neat mechanic. Almost makes me wonder if it was something that they were planning on having in, like, Galaxy Man or something. But then just decided to move here. There we go. Ah, just barely didn't make it. Damage Boost City. Now you want to get on the very far left here. Face left. This guy will grab you. Take it to the E-Tank. And you avoid that trap every single time. Careful. There we go. Perfect. Now this guy, you can one cycle him, but I've never been able to do it. One jump, two jumps, fire, detonate. This is another boss that had me pretty much walled the first time I played the game. Just could not get past it. This part I'm not so much a fan of. The part with these lasers. Like, it feels like just an unnecessary waste of your your weapon energy. Right before the part where you're gonna need your weapon energy the most. Oops. Hey, nice! We got the 2 swoop. Always fun when you can get that to work. Poor Splash Woman is allergic to bees. Like, guys, I know we're trying to make our robots more human-like, but giving them bug allergies is not the way to do it. we go. Now here is where we're gonna use our M-Tank. I can agree with that logic, Skybane. Now, in rare circumstances, you can actually get one use of the tornado to hit MegaMan twice, but I don't know how it works. There we go. A cool trick with Wily. Yeah, and I also... it would also take a little bit to get MegaMan Maker set up. So probably what I'll end up doing is either go through Proto Man mode or play Endless Attack. Yeah, the way to do it is to spam... Ooh, hey. Nice spawn. The way to do it is to spam Trident. Nice. That's probably the fastest Wily fight I've ever had. It's like 39 minutes? Not too bad. Thank you for the GG. Thank you, thank you. One of my favorite credit sequences in any Mega Man game. The fact that they took the time to draw all of these unique little vignettes for the Robot Masters, I think is really cute. What do we got MegaMan doing? He's heating up Dr. Light's hot tub. Very noble use of a robot there, Dr. Light. I'm being roasted, MegaMan. It's interesting, you'll see some enemies in the, next to the Robot Masters that didn't actually appear on the stage, which, again, is another, another clue to me that they probably had some enemies, in the Robot Master stages that initially that got moved to the Wily stages later. Like you saw the projector thing was there next to Galaxy Man when those things were not in the stage at all. They might be on there in hard mode. And it's Concrete Man's job to beat up Dr. Wily. And of course, they gotta save the coolest one for last. Yeah. Okay. Does it let me go back to the title screen, or do I gotta reset? I think it'll let me go back to the title. Oh, hey, new record. Nice. Let's see if we can run through Proto Man mode real quick. I forget where you start in Proto Man mode. I think Tornado Man? Because you start with the jet and the coil already. Yeah, I want to read the Archie comics at some point. Just haven't had the chance to sit down and read them all. Ooh, that was a little close. Stop jumping! Okay. The real nasty thing about Proto Man mode is the fact that he takes double knockback, which is very dangerous in a level like this where one misstep and you're dead. Ooh, that hurts. That really hurts. Now we gotta do this part without the jet. Ah! At least I can do this, though. The shield doesn't quite work as well as you would hope it would, unfortunately. They made the hitbox bigger in Mega Man 10. Now, you see, actually what I'm doing is I'm just proving that I'm able to do this without the jet. Yes. I think what happened there is because of sliding, the spawn timing for the umbrellas is slightly different than what it is for Mega Man. You know, I don't think I ever realized he had a unique animation for the weapon get there. Facing away from the screen and then turning around. That's kind of neat. I guess MegaMan? Because you can slide so fast that you outrun all the magma lasers, so you don't need concrete for this stage. I think so. I actually don't really play Proto Man mode that much, so I don't know what the official speedrun route for his mode is. Be careful here. There we go. Ooh, that was a little close. I think when I hit him with... Oh, nice! You can block that with the shield? That's cool. Okay, and then just spam this and hope he die. No, okay. Well, alrighty then. Take two. Should have hit him with one more lemon. That is cool that you can block that, though. Also really helpful that you can slide, actually. Is that going to be enough to take him out? There we go. It's like 5 damage to him or something like that. 5 or 6. Okay, then I guess just Horny Band next, huh? Double Napback is really nasty. You'll notice there's no bolts in the stages, because there's no shop for Proto Man. I'm not sure why. But it does make the game at least a little bit harder. Because your only source of E-Tanks is E-Tanks that are found in the stage. Hey, what's up, Hex? How you doing, buddy? There we go. I call this the F room because it's shaped like an F. You know what? I'm actually gonna grab this. Just in case. You can shoot bees now. The situation could be improved with more bees. You jerk. You know, I don't think I've ever seen Proto Man with the ink palette. It's kind of neat looking. I saw someone figured out how to do some kind of zip in that part, which is insane because the collision in this game is pretty airtight. So it was interesting to see that a zip existed at all. Should use that fight as a PSA about bug allergies. And next is you. Can't quite slide past the rocks. There we go. You know what? I will take that, actually. Another subtle thing is that Proto Man can only have 2 shots on the screen at a time, which messes you up more than you might think. Give me that, please. Thank you. Using the slide to go over one tile gap, surprisingly useful. Concrete Man already hits really hard, so I don't want to get hit by him, but I guess it didn't matter. That was a really good pattern he gave me. Next we go to you. Rare case of the double knockback actually being useful for going faster there. This is probably faster than sliding. Do I want that life? Yes, I do. Better safe than sorry when it comes to Proto Man mode. So fast it didn't even need to stop for that guy. Can I do this part? Hey! Another rare case of the double knockback actually being useful. Oh, almost got the one cycle. He's like, oh, I didn't see you there. Let me turn around dramatically. What weapons do I have for this part? I guess I could use, yeah, just normal concrete. That's interesting, that didn't hit him. Thanks for the health, pal. Later. You're gonna appear there. Scary jumps, scary jumps. Oh, just barely. I shouldn't have slid there. That's what screwed me up. Never figure out how to get through this room cleanly. That was interesting. I went so fast I caught up with the bullet. A very tiny hitbox, but a hitbox nonetheless. Oh, poor Jewel Man. Time to pull the plug. I'm sure that's a line that would be in the Mega Man cartoon had Plugman existed in the 90s. What? That was weird. Block didn't spawn. Yeah, I could get the bolt, if only, if only they weren't evil and didn't give Proto Man a shop. I do appreciate the extra effort of drawing a shadow Proto Man sprite. Okay. Went a little too fast, apparently. Good thing this block pattern is engraved into my memory. It's one of the few chances you get to actually grab an E-Tank. Ah, almost. Aha! Yeah, I am not a huge fan of the global timers. Give me a little bit of something there, pal. Like, I feel like it would be pretty easy to just, like, reset the Yoku block timers every time you go through, a screen transition. Not gonna have enough to take him out entirely, but I actually don't mind too much because I really like Plugman's fight. Especially since you could do that. I forget where the game ends. It might just go straight to credits after you take out Wily. Because it wouldn't make much sense for Proto Man to be rescuing himself. One moment, please. Yeah, only one way to find out. Whoop! That was a little close. Now this strat actually won't work. Because the double knockback would take me down, and I wouldn't be able to get through that guy. There we go. There we go. Now, interesting little quirk with Proto Man, actually. Remember, normally he can only have 2 shots on the screen at once, but that actually changes if you have the coil or the jet equipped. So I feel like that might actually be useful for this fight. Ooh, careful. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I always liken that fight to the arcade game Tapper, where you're the bartender and you gotta serve root beer to the customers that come at you. Nah, not high enough. I'll take that actually. That's actually more tight than the than when with MegaMan, because Protoman summons his utilities at a lower altitude than MegaMan does. So you have less clearance to make that jump. I did not mean to click that. I guess we're gonna have to make do without an E-Tank now. Great. Gotta love it when you accidentally hit the wrong thing on the menu. And I don't think there's any more E-Tanks left in the castle, so that'll be fun. Oh, actually, no, there's one down here. What am I talking about? There we go. I basically never see anyone go for that E-Tank. And I don't blame them. What? Did you see that? I went through the enemy? Weird. Very strange. I wonder if that has something to do with how the shield is programmed, maybe? This is actually harder, again, because Proto Man fires his weapons at a lower altitude than Mega Man. There's a couple cases where that's actually useful, but not many. Most of the time it's a detriment. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Insert flex tape clip here. Okay. Sometimes I wonder how different a speedrun of this game would look like if you could switch weapons with L and R. I'm actually gonna grab that. Yeah, sure. Look, I can slide through a gap. It's like one of 3 places in the game where you can do that. Jump over me, please. Thank you. Now all I have to do is not die. Should be good. There we go. Yeah, true, because you get so used to playing the Mega Man run. What do I want to fill? Concrete, I guess. Here I actually don't want to be taking any damage boost through these lasers, because they hurt a lot as Proto Man. I got 6 lives. I'll be fine. Yeah. Hoop. Are we gonna get the 1 cycle? Nope. That lower firing altitude messing with me there. Okay, that was a little close. Well, something interesting about these refights, particularly Tornado Man. They actually changed the layout of his boss room a little bit, which doesn't get done very often in Mega Man. The only other instance I can think of where it does that is X2, I think, changes up some of the boss refight rooms. Like, they add spikes to Bubble Crab's room. Perfect. So you can see here that there are 4 sets of spikes on the ceiling. In the original fight, there are only 2. Does he? Maybe I'm misremembering then. They definitely did change something about at least one of the rooms in the X2 refights, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think, what's his face? Wire Sponge has a slightly narrower room, so you have a little bit less room to, like, dodge and stuff. Alright, where are you gonna spawn? Right there. I'm gonna use that E-Tank. Oh, cool! There we go. Glad to know I'm not crazy. Thank you for the second GG. Oh, he just teleports away and that's it. But again, that's kind of neat, because they typically don't do that. You know, changing up the room layouts of the boss free fights. Like, I guess technically you could say Gutsman's refight room in Mega Man 1 is different because you don't have the blocks, but that's kind of out of necessity. Because if the blocks were there, you'd be stuck inside the teleporter and you couldn't fight him. Thank you for the GG. Alright, we've already seen this. Let's go play some Endless Attack. Oh yeah, the first two Game Boy games. Now I'm trying to slide when I can't. Yeah, the first two Game Boy games are weird like that. I think you just fall to the... yeah. It's been a while since I played 02. I don't quite remember how the refight stage works out in that one. I remember one time I got like 500 or 600 screens in Endless Attack. Oh yeah, you're right. They do have that mini boss rush as well. And give her the health. Yoink. I think you go to the top and then jump over that, and yeah. Some of these little mini stages are like, the layouts are like references to past Mega Man games. I don't know if this segment in particular is one. I don't think it is. This part has those things that drag you, I think. No, they don't. Okay. Careful. Yeah, maybe. A little bit of a Rockman there. I hope they have an endless attack in Dual Override. Like, this is by far my favorite bonus mode of any Mega Man game. I really enjoy the endless attack modes in both 9 and 10. This, I'm pretty sure, has a grabby thing. Yeah, there it is. And... okay. Cut that jump a little short. Let's try again. Really? That's really cool, Hex. Maybe something to think about for 20X Expo. Ooh, you want to hold? Okay, and then cut back to the left. Yeah, I just barely remembered how that spike fall goes at the last second. Can I make that jump? Probably not, right? This one I can. Do I risk it for the biscuit? This one's real mean because they hide Shadow Mega Man in the darkness there. Oh, it's this screen again. You gotta love it when the item collection pause throws off your timing. Why don't we just throw this on? Nope, that does not work on shielded fellas. Yeah, no kidding, Johnny. was actually really happy to see that they got rid of that in Mega Man 11. Wily is kinda hard in Mega Man 8, but only because the game doesn't have E-tanks. There's spikes at the bottom of this fall? Yeah. Of course there are. Why wouldn't there be? Pretty sure this segment also has one of the grabber guys. Maybe? Maybe not. Guess not. I'm just paranoid. Rush doing his best Eddie impression. I like that. Wow. Jumped over all three of those. Good job, buddy. You deserve a medal. Well, speaking of which... underrated weapon, Plug Ball. I like it a lot. He's gonna swoop. One cycle. Not that it matters. Tricky jump there. Forget what the best ladder for this part is. I really like this tile set. It's like cyber flowers. Ooh, that was a little close. So stay to the right, and then veer left. Mini boss. And a couple Shadow MegaMan for good measure. I hate this room in particular because, like, yeah, you could drop off all the ladders, but really, they're baiting you into wasting your Rust Jet energy, and it works. Speaking of which, refill that. I think you want to take the middle exit? Yeah. It's really subtle, but I really like the background art in this tile set because they're able to imply like all this circuitry and stuff just with highlights, and your brain kind of fills in the rest of the gaps with the negative space. Ooh. And another big one. Yeah, I do like the way Mega Man 8 looks, and I definitely would not have minded if 9 or 10 went with a more detailed pixel art style. Here's Heatman stage. But I think marketing-wise, it was a wise decision to really go all in on the nostalgia with the 8-bit style. Since it had been so long since the last Mega Man game, and you know, this is the format that everyone knows him best for. And it worked, because, at least from my understanding, Mega Man 9 sold pretty darn well. It makes me wonder if Capcom even still has people working at the company that are capable of producing really good pixel art like that, or if they've all left the company at this point. I will use that to fill you. Who is this going to be? Tornado Man. Not to be confused with Tomato Man. Yeah, I wonder how, I wonder if the RE engine is even equipped to, handle pixel art games. Because I know Inti used their own proprietary engine when they made 9 and 10. Also, this is Wily Stage 1 from MegaMan 1. Hey, what's up, Hutch? How you doing? I feel like you can just barely make that jump if you do it just right. I gotta say, I am really excited for Mega Man. I think it's gonna be a great time. Perfectly placed to hit you. And we're doing Heatman again. At least the timing is consistent, unlike Heatman. That one up down there is actually a camo met, and if you try to grab it, you will take damage and die. Speaking of RE engine, though, how have you, Hex, how have you and Hutch liked RE9? Because I know you two are kind of the big Resident Evil heads of our group. This part I remember, yeah. You want to watch out for the scissors. Okay. Darn. I'm glad to hear that. I think before we end the stream, let's play the special stage. Otherwise known as Fake Man stage. Pragmata. Is that the new one with the robot girl? Nice little reference to Iceman here with the tile set. Hey, nice. Dad Simulator. Yeah, I saw there was a little MegaMan sprite that looked like the main character. You gonna fall down there? There you go. Nice, I'm glad you liked it as well. I'm gonna use this. Dogs are angry at something. I've heard it's like a kind of Dead Space-esque. With a little bit of, Death Stranding, I think people were saying it was kind of like. I never really figure out how to properly fight this guy. Like, obviously his weakness is Jewel Satellite, but, like, fighting them Buster only, I never really figured out how to do it. Alright, but that puts us perfectly at 2 hours, pretty much. So I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you all, everyone who joined the stream. I always love playing through Mega Man 9. It being my, my favorite game in the series. Always happy to play it. Mega May is soon. We have 10 days until Mega May starts. Mark it on your calendars. Because there's going to be a whole lot of Mega Man.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The show. Let's go. From civil rights, marches with Martin Luther, to living in the sky. Welcome to the future, East Coast, come on. West Coast, come on. Y'all know what it is way before we do the drum on. Yeah, Mega Ran returning the